First of all, I'm really grateful that you made time in your schedule to
All
meet
good.
me and do this interview.
All good.
There is a big news, obviously, something that we in Czech called IDKFA, but in English, how do you say it?
IDKFA.
IDKFA.
They're pretty close to each other. Czech
Yeah,
and
yeah,
English,
yeah,
other than
yeah. With that, it's massive. It's 43 tracks,
Yeah, I think it's
hitting almost 2.5 hours of content.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's-
And you recorded everything, from what I understand, with live instruments.
Yeah, the only thing that's not really like a live instrument is the drums. Those are all programmed, but they're programmed between 3 different VST drum kits. So they're all sample based, but it's like a weird amalgamation of everything. But yeah, like I programmed those as well. I can't play drums that well. Yeah.
So you recorded all the tunes yourself, or
Yes.
you have somebody else to
Nope,
contribute?
I recorded them, I mixed them, I mastered them, I did all the production side of it. That all starts and ends with me.
Yeah. From what I understand, this was like dream job for you.
Yeah.
So how does it feel now when it's completed and ready for everyone to listen to it on Spotify and iTunes?
It's mind blowing. Like we're like 2 days out, and I'm still like, it hasn't really set in for me. IDKFA was like what got me a lot of jobs. Like whether it was Dusk, whether it was Nightmare Reaper, whether it was Proteus, they all knew me from IDKFA back in like 2013, 2016.
Yeah.
So to be able to come back in an official capacity with ID at this point is like, it's crazy. Like I wouldn't have guessed that, 11 years ago.
I have secret to share.
What's that?
We have a back end at the system I made for my pharmacy, and when you load up, there is IDKFA. Because my friend is actually a huge fan of your work, so he put it like dead central. So when we started to do something in the back end of that system, we can play the tune.
That's awesome.
So now we have to update it. So when he will see this video, he will be really pleased that I have a chance to meet with you.
What's your friend's name?
It's David.
David?
Yeah.
Hey David, thank you for playing.
How challenging it is when you are working on something that was done decades in the past by Bobby Prince. Are there any like hiccups when you are working on this?
Not really, because I've listened to it so many times that it's like, Doom's one of those things that if you're a real big fan, all the MIDI music's just ingrained into your head. There are a couple moments there was a couple moments on the Doom 2 stuff where I'm like, how do I do this one? Like, I think it was Between Levels.
Yeah.
That track where it has the bass is like, and I'm like, how am I gonna do that? So I was like, what if we like just kind of simplified portions of it and turned it into like a Rob Zombie-esque kind of sound?
Yeah.
And that's like, that was the one that was kind of challenging, and Countdown to Death was a kind of a challenging one too. But just thinking on terms of how do you put this into modern instruments, and like I don't want to just do a string section with Countdown to Death, which is what a bunch of that stuff is. I was like, I want to do something else, so it turned into a big epic. But everything else was like pretty straightforward. Those soundtracks are pretty straightforward. Bobby knew what he was making.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to listen to your soundtrack back when I will be flying out of here.
Oh yeah.
So
That's a
once
long
more,
flight.
it's like 9 hours
Yeah.
flight. So I think that I will start with that.
Yeah, there you go.
As I will be leaving Dallas to like stay in the mood of QuakeCon.
Yeah.
Is there something next for you that you can share right now, or?
The next stuff I'm working on that I can share should be, I'm not sure when it'll be out, but there's a game from some Japanese developers I'm working on called Tokyo Underground Killer. That's a really interesting project. I can't wait for that to start really showing its head in the public. But
will that mean exploring, let's say, new sounds with this being like a Japanese title?
Yeah, it's very different, but there's also some familiarities. Like there's some influences with, this is gonna sound weird, there's some influences with J-pop in there. It's like, wait, what? But like it's also some really aggressive synth work behind it, but also mixing Japanese instruments, traditional Japanese instruments, with really big pad kind of synths just to create a big atmosphere. I've been working on that for about 1.5 years, and the music's like I'm really proud of it. I'm like, what are people gonna think? You
Yeah.
know, like, because it's so different.
Uh-huh.
So I'm looking forward to that because it's so different.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah,
It was
thank
amazing meeting you here, watching you all 4 days, running around the people, talking with so
My
many
legs,
fans.
they hurt.
And hopefully, let's see each other next year
Yeah,
here
we will.
in Dallas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take care, brother.
Take care.
Thank you.